Okay, hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Ace Combat Zero. We are approaching near the end of the game. There will still be two parts left. And remember how I said on the last part that the Belkan War ended, Belka was defeated? Well, there's a big twist in the story in Ace Combat Zero. In the final four missions of the game, you do fight a new enemy, and it's not Belka, and it's pretty surprising. You'll see it. But here we go, let's do it.
June 20th, 1995. A treaty declaring a cessation of hostilities was signed in Lumen, a city on the border of South Belka and Osea. It was a one-sided treaty that heavily favored Osea. The borders of the affected countries that fluxed greatly over the past years finally settled down at the cost of many human lives. The battlefield shifted to the tables, and the politicians from all countries squabbled with each other over the rights to the underground natural resources, the initial cause of this war. 6 months passed without any developments. 6 months of void. I focused on this time period for the hidden truth laid there. And I learned that my pursuit of him was not a mistake.
The Talon of Ruin, Operation Valkyrie. Operation Valkyrie was also the plot to kill Hitler. This is now December 1995, half a year later. And notice how the governments wanted Belka's natural resources.
The top officers in the Belkan army have pulled a coup d'etat. Calling their organization a world with no boundaries, the forces bombed the city of Lumen, where the cessation of hostilities treaty was signed, using a giant gunship codenamed XB-0. Your mission is to pursue the XB-0 and... Wait! We've just received an emergency transmission from the control tower. Unidentified aircraft are approaching our base. Scramble all planes. Quick, there's no time. Get into the air immediately.
So notice how, and also the map doesn't really tell you that much what you're encountering here. And there's no music, which is kind of creepy about that detail right there. But notice how at the end of the Belkan War, like Osea, for example, annexed like half of Belka, which became North Osea. So literally, or South Belka, they annexed that, and they did that so that they could take Belka's natural resources there. So while Belka was an evil country, it goes to show how evil and corrupt these governments are. That they just have self-interest. It was never about peace. It was always about financial profit, and that's the message that Ace Combat is essentially trying to say about war. There's always some kind of ulterior motive. Unknown. XB-0. Okay, let's see. Do I have a... Okay, hang on. Okay. Okay, so we're going to be using this. This is Cypher's cannon aircraft. A lot of you guys have asked me in the comments if I could please use this aircraft. This is the aircraft that Cypher flies by canon lore. QAAM. This, we're going to need that. Air to air. Okay, let's do it. All hell, definite, and infinite are unrelated. None could foresee the history of the two would become one. So, a lot of you guys are going to see something that's going to freak you out pretty badly right now.
Warning, heavy ECMs. We're now on code 1 alert. Visual confirmation of rafts approaching the base. Everyone head to your boat.
So, look at that shadow that just comes over.
Control tower, situation report. Fire! Unidentified craft entering our airspace. Here they come. Take them out of the way. They're going for a
look at that thing. I bet a lot of people are watching this and wondering what the hell is that thing.
It could even be the Galm team. Send them up. Emergency launch! Hurry! It should be in the storehouse. Bring it here. I equipped this plane myself. Bring it back in one piece. Ground zero. No signs of life.
Our base has suffered extensive damage. Galm team, we're counting on you. Warning, unknown craft on radar. Initiate operation.
We have to go into battle. The big target's easier to hit.
So there's the XB-0. Now, country, in real life, technically it is possible to build something like that, but countries have tried, but the reason they've never developed super giant planes like that is because it's just not feasible. Something like that would be too hard to control, it's too large, and it could get shot down easily. It's a giant target. It'd make much more sense to develop hundreds of fighters instead of something like that.
Target XB-0 sighted.
Now, you're gonna find out who these guys are exactly.
Espada 1 to Espada 2. It's time to stop the Demon Lord. This is Espada 2. Roger. Lead the way.
These are Sapin fighters. Sapin is based on Spain in the Ace Combat
It's the
universe.
one who destroyed our base.
Galm 1, Galm 2, commence the attack on XB-0.
I must be slowing down. My gauges are going crazy.
So now about this is you have the option of killing him, and depending on which pilot you shoot down, the dialogue actually changes and the cutscene changes. If you're playing a mercenary playthrough, no mercy. Yellow means non-combatant, so he's disabled, he's flying away. You can choose to spare his life, or you can choose to kill him, but we're gonna kill him right here. The dialogue is gonna change a lot, and it's also gonna change the cutscene.
Wait, we're engaging friendly aircraft. These are Sapin fighters.
Espada 1, give me a damage report. Espada 1! I'll shoot down the Demon Lord on my own. Roger.
That was also her lover, by the way, that you killed. Get a good shot. Damn, she's really quick. Okay.
Roger.
Damn. Okay, almost had her there. Damn.
XB-0 will be out of combat airspace in 20 miles. Move it!
I'll defend the free zone.
God damn, yeah. He is just such a pain to take down. Come on. Got her.
Both of the Espada team escorts have been shot down. Those were our aces.
Approaching gun range. Locked on.
Damn it, a missile!
Bandits in gun range.
Yeah! Cypher just snagged a bandit!
Radar lock. Missile launched. Locked on. Bandits in gun range. Galm 1, missile launched.
Okay, kind of deal with the XB-0. So the backstory about the XB-0 is that it was a Belkan super, bomber that they planned to use during the war, but they never finished it. We still got time to shoot it down before it's out of airspace. There it is.
XB-0 will be out of combat airspace in 10 miles. It's your last chance. Locked on.
Don't let them get in close. Once shot down, it's all over.
Warning, the enemy's locked onto you.
Get ready for an aerial battle. You know what to do, right? Calm 2, Fox 2. Shut down RD. What's happening with damage control?
Locked on.
Pressure is dropping on valve 3.
Radar lock. All anti-air weapons on the upper half of XB-0 have been destroyed. Way to go.
Cypher's unstoppable. He's gonna destroy everything in sight.
Get some attacks in around the XB-0 cockpit. That should mess up his steering.
The XB-0's taking a death blow. It was Cypher. Cypher did it.
Nice work, Galm team. Operation complete.
Our death is not the end of everything. The rest is up to you. There's a coded message on the radio. Decrypting message. Yo, buddy, you still alive? Yes.
That came from Pixie. So, who these guys are and what they're trying to do, you're gonna find out a bit more. It's not a Belkan coup, by the way.
Thanks to you, the XB-0 has been shot down. However, our base was heavily damaged in the surprise attack. The squadron that you engaged consisted of Sappan and Osean fighters. We're currently investigating the situation. Once we determine the location of the renegade organization, We will launch a counterinsurgency operation.
Okay, A rank on that one. The Demon of the Round Table, Operation Thunderbolt, 31st December 1995.
We have confirmed that the aircraft that attacked our base belonged to the major rebel organization, A World with No Boundaries. This highly organized renegade army is comprised of soldiers from numerous countries, including Osea, Sapin, and of course Belka. They are believed to possess a massive arsenal of weapons. The coup forces are gathered at Mund, in northern Belka, where they've confiscated the Avalon Dam facility from the Belkan army. What's worse, we've discovered that this facility houses an experimental V2 weapon. Unfortunately, it took us a long amount of time to uncover this information due to the facility's location beneath the dam's waters. Proceed immediately to Avalon and destroy the V2 weapon. Note that B-7R blocks your route from Valais Air Base to Mund. You will most likely encounter fierce resistance from the coup forces at both B-7R and Mund. Remember to be prepared for attacks from land, air, or elsewhere when choosing which aircraft to pilot. This mission will succeed upon the destruction of the V2 at the target area and your safe return to base. Now go destroy that weapon and come back in one piece. Anything else is unacceptable.
Almost no information on what you're dealing with in this mission.
Your final sortie. All right, launch preparations complete. I'll be back.
Pass through B-7R. It's an awful place, but the fastest shortcut. Maintain current course. Enemy aircraft detected close to area B-7R. There's no time to change course. Eliminate enemy forces in the round table and break through it.
They have different ID signals in Belka.
Source for Osea Air Division Force 8th Air Division 32nd Tactical Fighter Squadron.
Sorcerer 1 to all planes. Apply full thrust. Don't even think about heading back.
Osea is based on the United States, on America, so this is an Osean squadron now.
So you're the Demon Lord. I've been waiting for this. Stop attacking! We're allies of Ustio!
These aren't friendly craft. They're coup d'etat
You want to get really close to these guys. That's the only way you can take them out.
Come on, Ocean aircraft! Can't you read your IFF? We're allies, not enemies!
Whatever their reasons, some pilots from Osea have joined the coup. You don't have time to play around with them. Hurry up and shoot them all down. pilots in gun range.
All weapons authorized. Roger.
Missile launched.
It seems like 2 bandits pop up for every 1 I shoot down.
They use tactics. They fly in formations of 2, and what they do is
Bandits down. Nice
one
shooting.
uses themselves as bait, and then the other one gets behind you. That's their tactic for their squadron. They're the most annoying squadron to deal with so
What
far
are
in
you
the
doing?
game.
The war's ended long ago.
A world with no boundaries aligns itself with no country. We are humanity's ideal army. It's time for a perfect world without restrictions or wars.
Captain, we can win this.
He's going to destroy everything. The Demon Lord is just as good as they say. 12 planes. If you're going down, drag him down with you. Radar lock. Galm 1, missile launched. Enemy forces have suffered considerable damage. Galm team, you're almost there. Locked on. Galm 1, missile evaded.
I won't let them take the sky.
Break, missile.
PJ is pretty useless in this battle. He doesn't really do much, even though you can give him orders. You gotta do everything yourself here.
Take them out 1 by 1.
Missile launched.
Ooh.
The king who sleeps in Avalon will become the new hero. All enemy planes are down. There has been no change in plans. Stay on course to target destination.
I'll follow Cypher to the end.
Oh, that squad is just such a pain to deal with. They are.
It looks like you've made it through. An Allied Forces squadron approaching from a different route should be arriving at the rendezvous point any time now. You can't return to base yet. After refueling in flight, proceed to Avalon and destroy your target.
Got an S rank on that. Whew. Yeah. So I know a lot of people are probably in the comments like, you beat a Sorcerer Squadron on hard difficulty. It wasn't ace, it was hard, but Sorcerer Squadron is such a pain to deal with. Like, they are so difficult to defeat. But anyways, what I was trying to say here is, okay, here, let's, save our game here. So look, what I was trying to say here is that, the guys that you're fighting, they are called A World with No Boundaries. And it's a terrorist organization. They are in, there are numerous countries. Belkan pilots, they have, pilots from Osea, Sapin, I think Fato as well. And basically what their goal is, what they're trying to do, is it's a bunch of pilots that are delusioned with war, especially after the nuclear attack that Belka did, and they blame governments for starting these stupid wars and these horrible wars. And they're basically a bunch of anarchists. And their view is to just get rid of borders entirely, get rid of governments. And they think that if you get rid of governments, there isn't going to be any kind of war. But the thing is that they use violence and war to achieve their objectives, especially with nuclear weapons too, which makes them so dangerous. And here's the thing. This game has a very big, strong anti-war message to it. And at the very start of the game, you're fighting far-right extremists, Belkan ultra-nationalists, who believe that they should control other countries. But then in the final chapters of the game, you're fighting far-left extremists, who are the complete opposite, where they don't believe in borders whatsoever, they don't believe in countries existing, but they're just as dangerous, and they're just as bad. So think about that. Far-right extremists at the beginning of the game, far-left extremists at the end of the game. So just think about what the developers are trying to say. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. What are the developers trying to say with that? Far-right extremists at the start of the game that you fight, and far-left extremists. What is the message the developers are trying to say there? But thank you guys for watching. I'll have the next part out for you guys as soon as I can. The next part is actually going to be the final 2 missions of the game, and the final boss. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, drop a like. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.